What's going on, BFL fam? I'm Carlos. Please welcome back Steve Assous.
Hello, hello.
He is from by Kilian, and today we're going to be talking about a kind of new release, or re-release, I should say, of Straight to Heaven. Keep right there, we'll tell you all about it.
Brooklyn fragrance lover. Brooklyn fragrance lover. Brooklyn fragrance lover. Brooklyn fragrance lover.
Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, I really do appreciate it and hope you're all doing fantastic. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. You've recently moved.
I've moved. I'm still a neighbor.
Just a little further, neighbor.
Just a little bit further, but I recently moved. But we're back at it.
Cool beans. We're here, and they always love when you're on. The feedback is always pretty much stellar across the board when you're on, so welcome back.
Thank you.
Love to have you here.
I try to read everyone's comments and answer them, so I hope I've been answering all the comments.
He's so cute. He's like, I read that comment. Oh, when somebody wrote to me in Israeli, I wrote back in Israeli. He's like, he gets so excited. I was like,
I love this.
That's awesome.
I love this.
That's cute. That's awesome.
And by the way, I have a little surprise for you.
What's that?
So, recently we changed the name of the brand from by Kilian to Kilian Paris.
We've announced that here.
So the reason we did that was just kind of owning who we are, right? So
Okay.
Paris is like the center of fashion when you think about fragrance, and we really wanted to change the name. So we're now officially Kilian Paris. This is an unofficial gift, so it's not a real hat that the brand has created, but I thought it would be really cute if you had a black on black Kilian Paris hat.
Thank you so much. I'm definitely a hat guy. I guess you've
Well, that's
seen
why.
from my Facebook and what have you. I got a big head, though. I'll have to stretch it out. Thank you.
Of course.
How's that, guys? You can't see it, but it says Kilian Paris. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, brother.
My pleasure. I like coming with surprises. So we're here to talk about some newness, right?
Some newness.
So first I want to preface by just saying that there's going to be tons of newness from the Kilian brand for the spring season. So over the next couple of months, I mean, there's a huge one happening in April. I can't talk about it.
What a tease!
I can't talk about it.
Damn! How are you gonna do that to them?
I can't talk about it, but we'll do another video, right? And we'll announce it
Okay.
before it actually happens. But in April, there's a huge one. But the action really starts right now. So
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, first and foremost, you know about Parfum.
Yeah.
So Kilian scented lipsticks, for those of you that don't know, it's about owning the night. So there's newness when it comes to this, and I know we just do fragrance here, but I mean, this is scented lipstick.
But the guys have wives and girlfriends and mothers and sisters, or maybe some men that like to wear lipstick. I don't know.
So that's Rose Cruel.
Scented with,
Love Don't Be Shy.
yes, I smelled it.
Yeah, it smells incredible. The idea is that when you kiss someone, they can taste you. So what's different here is we first launched with just reds, and now we're introducing pinks.
Okay.
Right? So everyone was like, we want a nude, and Kilian was like, okay, we can play with the pinks. More of this like a night nude, I would say. So I was excited to show that there's 20 new lipsticks.
I do like this case. It's kind of reminiscent of the travel sprays, sort of ish.
Yeah, they've all got the shield of protection
Yes,
on it,
the
right?
Achilles.
The Achilles shield. Where
Learning.
there you go.
One day I'll work for your company, maybe.
Maybe sooner than later,
Wink, wink. Just kidding.
or not.
Or not.
So this is La Rouge Parfum.
How much does that go for?
So this goes for $5,400. So the scented lipsticks are $55.
Okay.
We launched with 12. Now there's a total of 32. So I mean, this is real. I get excited.
They're all
about these.
called Le Rouge.
La Rouge Parfum. The one we just saw is Rose Cruel.
Okay.
Which is one of my favorite ones. But yeah, they're called La Rouge Parfum.
What is your wife like?
Rose Cruel.
All right.
So I take it with me everywhere because she's always like, if we're around each other and she doesn't have her lipsticks, I always have one with me. I know it kind of sounds weird, but
What a convenient husband.
it's always
Yo, good looking out for wifey. That's good.
I got to do what I got to do. So that's the first launch. So this one actually is in store now. You guys can go to any of your favorite Kilian retailers and they will actually have this. But the second launch is really why we're here, right? Because we're all about the fragrance game. And you know a little bit about Straight to Heaven.
I do. Absolutely.
Like, we've talked about it in the past on the show.
We was on we featured it on our last video.
Yeah, we did. So you remember the whole story about like
Yes,
Kilian's
the-
memories with his
The
grandfather
alcohol,
in the cellars.
spots.
So Straight to Heaven's like it's an iconic fragrance for the brand.
Okay.
Right? When you think about it, one, he's a Hennessy. This speaks to that. And two, when you think about his heritage, everything we do now, when you go to the stores and you see a Kilian bar, when they greet you with a shot on the house, all of these things really speak to this heritage, and nothing speaks to the heritage more than this fragrance. A couple of years ago, as a limited life, he launched Straight to Heaven Extreme, right? So like the extreme version of Straight to Heaven, it did incredibly well, but it was limited edition.
Okay.
Right? So what we're having now is it's coming back, limited life.
Oh,
So it'll only be available in a couple of retailers. So it'll be exclusive to the boutiques. So you know we have two in New York. I know you know that. And Saks Fifth Avenues across the country. But there's really a finite number of these. And the idea behind Straight to Heaven Extreme is really pushing the original Straight to Heaven to the extremes. I had the pleasure in December of being with, allow me,
I'm sorry.
no glove, no love, Mr. Carlos.
My bad. Pardon me.
So I had the pleasure in December of being with Sidonie Lancaster.
Ah, yes.
The perfumer behind the fragrance, and Kilian, and they were just talking, the both of them, about the fragrance, really his inspiration and what they were able to do in making the fragrance extreme. I know Kilian was talking about how, you know, this fragrance has a really short formula. I think there's like 10 ingredients in the fragrance, which is considered super short. So to make it stronger, to emphasize more of the ingredients, they actually didn't need to remove anything. Typically what happens is they need to start removing different parts of the fragrance to add more. Here, they just strengthened both the vanilla
concentration.
and the rum, yeah.
Okay.
So the vanilla and the rum were strengthened.
Am I going to get fired for smelling like rum at work?
Not at all. Actually, this is some of the bougiest rum you'll
Okay,
smell.
all right.
It's a rum that comes from Martinique. Another thing that Kilian taught us was that rum never existed as a raw material. Because it didn't exist and they had to create this raw material, the price of it is actually super high. I mean, it's one of the most expensive ingredients you can put in a fragrance.
Didn't know that.
So here it's about pushing Straight to Heaven Extreme to its extremes, taking the night to the darkest hour.
It smells like Straight to Heaven, but much heftier and stronger.
Much more intense. I mean, Straight to Heaven's a fragrance that in every corner of the world is one of the top selling Kilian fragrances. Here, you're getting kind of an overdose of rum, this burning splash of rum.
This is really nice. You know what? I honestly, I don't know why. Just Straight to Heaven was never. I didn't get love. I didn't give love to that one. I loved Kilian. I was a big fanboy from day one. But this one I just never got. I've owned like 6. Now I have 1 million.
You've got to tell it out, yeah.
And but Straight to Heaven I just didn't show it love. But when we did the video last week, I was, why didn't I show it love? It's really a good fragrance, and this even more so.
Yeah. I mean, Kilian calls Straight to Heaven the sex magnet. I mean, we talk about it all the time. It's just like this addictive potion. But here, I think what I appreciate most about the Extreme is the overdose of the vanilla with the
Have a
rum.
shot?
Absolutely. Put some too.
He's layering because you already got Rolling in Love.
Yeah, I'm always wearing my Rolling in Love. I'm addicted to it.
That smells great on me, Rolling in Love. I wore it the other day. For Valentine's Day, actually.
It's the perfect thing for Valentine's. So what do you think of this one?
I approve. It's definitely good. It's not overly boozy like I thought in my head it was going to smell, you know. But I love his boozy takes, like apple brandy I love.
Oh yeah, me too. Apple brandy, single malt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this one has a huge following, and you know what's funny?
This is awesome. It's way better than the original, I think.
I would go to stores all the time. Like, I still go to stores all the time, and I talk to customers. I mean, I love talking to customers and people just coming.
That's how you get feedback. You got to communicate.
I mean, that's how this happened, right? People were giving feedback about, we don't just want red lipsticks, and Kilian actually listens. And he's like, okay, so we'll launch like pink ones. With this one, I always hear customers talking about, when is the Extreme coming back? I want to get my hands on it.
Even in the comment section, people were asking.
All the time. Oh yeah, that's right. All the time. I mean, it just happens so often, and this is going to be super limited life. So like my recommendation, I know that like a lot of your fans love this. I know a lot of people watch these videos. If you want to get a bottle of it, my recommendation is hit up your favorite Kilian store, ask them if they're carrying it, and get your name on the list, because I can tell you that we've got so many people already on the list.
Is it
for
the same price as?
So it's $325.
So it's more.
It's $10 more than it was the last time it released.
Okay.
It does come with this super awesome coffret. I like it because it's a little bit different. It's the black with the gold straight to heaven.
That's different.
It's what it launched with last time. It launched with that last time.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. But it's just a really nice packaging. And of course the bottle is refillable, but there are no refills, right? This is like a get your hands on it while it's there type
Beautiful.
of thing.
It's
Yeah.
really, the presentation is lovely, and I always.
It's my favorite olfactive category, the cellars from Kilian. Because you know he's got the fresh, the cellars, the narcotics, the smokes.
The sellers. I thought you meant the ones that sell.
No, like the top sellers. It is a top seller, but no, like the cellars, like all the fragrances inspired by like the Hennessy cellars. You've got like Gold Night there, Intoxicated, Black Phantom, like all these kind of like
Apple brandy.
gourmand apple brandy. Like they're gourmand, they're kind of sweet, maybe woodsy, like what the cellars were like in the Hennessy Castle. Here, to me, the cellars are like a wardrobe for men, right? It's like a custom suit. Like this to me is just another
And
custom
excuse me, that is a custom suit. Somebody asked what brand was he wearing, and dude
You're
opens
so
the
funny.
jacket, and it says Assous. Like, really?
I mean, you asked me what brand it was. So, to me, the cellar olfactive family, it's really like a wardrobe, right? So, if you're someone that wears Black Phantom, Intoxicated, Gold Night, Straight to Heaven, obviously, but Straight to Heaven Extreme is just like another suit in your closet. It's just something to go to. It's in the same family. You can smell it, right? There's
Yeah.
this gourmand quality. It's sexy. It's dark. Really like amazing accessories for nighttime too.
And it smells different. It doesn't smell like another niche fragrance. It has its own identity.
Yeah.
And that is something that everybody looks for. They don't want to smell like every other guy wearing Paco Rabanne 1 million. This is luxury, and you know, it's a little pricey, but it warrants it, because you're going to smell different. You're going to smell better than the average guy next to you, and your girlfriends and wives are going to love the way you smell.
Yeah, we talk a lot also about longevity. We talk about projection. We talk about silage. We talk about all these things. When it comes to really rating a fragrance, like you do this all the time. Like I've seen your videos. Like you talk about like, does it last? Does it stay behind?
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I mean this fragrance is like a hero in this category, right?
Cool.
Because the projection is strong. It leaves a trail behind you, and it really makes a statement, and it's different, right?
Do you think it's a seasonless, or is it more for colder weather?
You know, it's like a question that everyone. That's a really good question, but I wasn't prepared for that.
I have another one in store. Wait till you hear what I ask you next.
I love your questions. So to me, fragrance is about emotion, right? And it's about how you want to feel. So here's my question to you, right?
Well, don't answer my question with a
No,
question.
I want to ask you a question, right? So smelling yourself right now, wearing the Extreme, how does it make you feel?
Well, I'd have to have a lot on than just my hand, but I can tell that I would feel confident.
Confident, right? So like most people that wear some of these fragrances, they want to feel confident, they want to feel sexy, they want to feel powerful, right? Especially when they're going out at night. So for me, anytime you want to feel this way, this becomes like a go-to fragrance for that. So I mean, that's what it does to me. Like all the fragrances that I wear because it makes me feel a certain way. I like feeling sexy, I like feeling powerful. I mean, it just is what it is, you know what I mean? Like I'm not shying away from kind of how fragrance makes me feel. And anytime I smell a fragrance that can replicate that feeling, that becomes my next scent.
I would rock this if I owned it.
So
Maybe
what's your second cool question?
My second question is, there was discussion in a Facebook fragrance group, is Kilian no longer niche because it's bought by Estee Lauder?
I mean,
I was saying, yes, they're still niche, but I think more people are leaning to that it's distributed by Estee Lauder, so now it's actually designer.
I mean, listen, this is like it's like a great debatable question, right? I can tell you from my experiences, and I can give you my opinion, but everyone out there is gonna have their own opinions on this. Listen, Kilian is super, super involved.
Yes.
mean, you know what I mean? And whenever you have a founder that is so involved, I mean, we're not just talking about like the names of the fragrance. And
He's
what they
up
smell
on
like.
our video. He's up on our videos. the office in Paris and him discussed our videos.
Yeah, oh, without a doubt. I mean, the last time that we did a video together, Kilian like texted me and he's like, I really enjoyed the video. And we just talked a little bit about like the fragrances, and he even taught me a little bit more about them. But, you know, I think when
He's
you
involved, so it's still
in
kind of...
every facet of
Yeah.
it. And I think that like he's got a goal, right? And his goal is to be like the very best and different. That was when he started the brand. It started because he wanted to break away from the world of mass. He wanted to be different. And if you kind of see what's in the pipeline and what's coming, I mean, not only this season, but next season, and even the one after that, which they've already he's already working on, and he's showing some of the stuff. I mean, he is like the most uber luxe. I mean, really, Kilian Paris to me is gonna be and is already the most uber luxe brand.
And if you think that he looks like that sexy pose in every picture that he poses, no, that's how he rolls. That's exactly how he rolls.
How many times have you met him? I mean, you've met him
Like
so many
about 5
times.
times.
Oh yeah, he's this is like uber luxe. This is to me another level of fragrance. And you know, I say this a lot to my friends and my family, right? Because like they'll come over, which by the way, Straight to Heaven seems to be like the most popular fragrance amongst my male friends. And then all of my female friends, it's all Good Girl Gone Bad, Love Don't Be Shy. But I say it all the time to them because they don't know a lot about fragrance, and I tell them like this is like another level of fragrances, right? Just everything about it.
Cool. Well, this was definitely a good relaunch, good decision on the company's part, because a lot of people were definitely asking. You asked, they listened, they delivered.
And I'll add one last thing, because a lot of the comments last time, you know, a lot of people were saying that some of their stores were sold out of the stuff that we were talking about. My recommendation is, yes, go to your favorite store, but if you're ever in a jam and you want to find something or you have a question, definitely reach out to our 2 boutiques in New York, because not only do they usually always have a little bit more than everyone else, but their service is like above and beyond.
They've been posting a lot on IG lately. I saw like 20 posts one day. I was like, what's going on over there?
Yeah. I saw that too. Where they're doing their thing.
Good. No,
yeah.
that's somebody's hired to do that, and they're doing their job. So thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. It's always a pleasure to have Steve Assous on BFL.
You've got to rock the hat for me one time.
I want to tell you something. I usually don't like these kind of hats because...
How dare you?
No. I'm not being
YouTube
rude.
TV.
No, I've done worse things on life. Maybe not so bad. I've never rocked this kind. I always have a...
You look so good. By the way, it's a scented hat.
Is it?
No, but it...
Stupid. Is it? No. You didn't smell it? If you're new to this channel, please do consider subscribing. If you haven't been a subscriber, click on the bell icon to miss notifications and reviews and content giveaways and all the fragrance fun always happening right here at BFL. Thanks so much for watching. Stay blessed, and we'll see you at the next video.
Bye, guys.